Hello, welcome everyone, Dantas here again with another video of Bygone Progression. Today we're gonna cover level 156 to 160. And I heard happy news to you, guys, because I managed to beat 157, which is the lizards. So anyway, let's see what we have here. With the same that you have is basically Berserkers and one Samurai. You basically, main goal is keep them together and DPS them at the same time. And crucial is break their shields at the same time as well. So as you can see here, I opt out to basically break their shields first, then I do damage, and I try to get as much as possible, even though they are kind of spread like this. If you make yourself position that I always come to you, you have no problem. Here I try to trigger their shields all at the same time, so whenever I discharge my flame weapon, it's gonna damage them equally, and I can deal the damage at the same time because their shields gonna break nearly the same time. So when I discharge my next weapon, I can deal the full damage, not reduced one, which helps me a lot since I'm limited by 2 stars on my weapon to deal damage, but I'm trying to do my best. And with this, basically just here, I'm DPSing as much as I can with my stamina with Samir guns, getting ready to wait for the next shield that is gonna trigger, which will be any second. I kinda opted out here for a bit early flame weapon because kinda miscalculated the percentage of their health, but it's no big deal because I'm in a very good position on this floor. Because with this one discharge of my active skill, I break out of their shields nearly, and I go back to basically DPSing them with my volt weapons, which feels I slow my enemies. I kinda use my slow a bit early because I was planning to use it with my Magnetic Tornado, but it all ends well. I actually opted out for the flame because wave is nearly over, and I do want to avoid any shield. And yeah, here we are, and we are done. Now, for the lizards, I opted out to use first Strange Cube, then Hologram, then I used a Space Hammer to pull them together, and I basically use Covenant, trigger Time Stop, and I basically spam all my discharge weapons that are basically rated to deal any damage. First, I baited the shield with high damage burst, and now basically just gonna spam my all volt weapons, including Tornado. And now I hope to basically get stuck at 1 or 2 tornadoes on the lizards, which I got 1 on each, which was kinda nice and fine. I dealt quite a bit of damage initially, and now I'm getting ready for the discharge of my flame weapon, and I got my Covenant, which I kinda was I was 3 seconds at the string gun, but still I managed. It was fine. Here I made a mistake with not discharging my flame at the same time, so I'm losing some couple of second damage, but I managed to hit on this one, so it still helps me a lot. Now I just ignore the shield on the other guy because I need to DPS the lizards because they have much more health and they're much bigger threat to me than this one robot. As you guys probably know, when if you want the lizards. So I got still 1 minute left, and the HP is kinda in the okay position still, even though I made a lot of mistakes compared to my video where I just show where I'm stuck with the wave. So with this, I'm just waiting for the shield. Shield is up. I discharge my flame weapon and hope I kinda got bad position because they kinda spread apart, which is bad still. But I got at least small angle to actually damage them at the same time with Samir, so I could deal damage still to them. Now I discharge my flame weapon because I'm scared they're gonna trigger shields again very soon. And I just switched a bit from my Nemesis gun because they were kinda close, and I kinda want to discharge my slow to deal damage. And now I'm basically in bad position where I don't have a flame weapon to be discharged, so I'm trying to get as much charge as I can in normal ways. Okay, so it's 20 seconds, and here I opt out for Tornado and just pray that they're gonna be stuck at least 1 each, and I got actually insane lucky with them because there was actually 2 tornadoes hitting 1 lizard that had slightly more health than the other one, and only thanks to that I managed to clear this wave. And it was hard fight, GG, moving on to the next one. Okay, so 258 starts now, which is a very simple wave compared to lizards. It's Aberath. You basically focus this spinecrawler, gets more health, more shield, and if you keep all enemies together with him, you have no problem clearing this wave. So, since he likes to charge, I always push myself that they're gonna always come to me, as I mention in everyday videos, to give myself a slight advantage with that. So I have to actually chase after enemies and lose some damage. Some time for doing damage to them. And practicing time stop pays off on special on the spinecrawler, because that AoE damage that I just triggered time stop deals a lot of damage, especially if you have like not enough volt resistance, or any your gear attacking like gear score if you're not like high in that. But aside from that, it's basically very simple. You just charge your weapons, keep your shield breaker ready to break the shields, and then discharge your other weapons. Even though I didn't discharge my flame weapon here, or didn't make any discharge, it's still fine because I managed to break it with normal attacks. And since they don't have as much health as lizards, I had no problem just relaxing a bit and not focusing as much as I did on the lizards. Now basically it's down to keeping them together for the remaining minute and discharging my flame weapon as soon as this guy gonna trigger a shield. And sadly the other guy started rushing, so didn't get actually full value, but he managed to be stopped on the fierce side that was doing damage over time, which is kinda okay. Not perfect, but it still works. Here I actually made a mistake because I could dodge that and trigger perfect dodge, but I was kinda too slow, but well, it is what it is. I'm not actually a machine to just trigger them perfectly as it should be, but even small mistakes and small bad RNG with positioning, I still managed to clear this wave quite easy. Like after the result, I cleared everything in one shot except the boss at the end of this video. So it was actually very smooth one, because on my first attempt today when I actually record this, I had literally just result at the start. I just one shot. But anyway, Scan 59 with the robot and 2 predators, which basically they have like very low amount of health, but they got actually nasty skill set because they can actually freeze you or stun you. So I recommend keeping them together and focusing them first, and then focus on the robot, because robot is very simple. As you can see, this CC is quite long, and if you don't move fast enough, you can actually get frozen to get even longer CC period, which is kinda bad if you don't have overgear on this floor, and if you're limited by the stars on weapon like I am by my 2 on my Samir and Nemesis. But after that stun, if you basically break the shields equally and keep them together, even though you get CC here, it's no big deal because they were still inside my proccing flame damage of my king. And now we're close to finish them off because they have a very low health remaining. And with this king, I near guarantee myself to killing both of them. And yeah, now it's basically gonna be fight with me and the robot, so not to actually comment here, because what I'm gonna do is discharge my volt weapons and have a flame weapon ready to break his shield. So my next commentary on the next fight. So until then, just enjoy the combat with the lonely robot. And here we are, on the floor where I got stuck for at least 2 hours because I was lacking a bit of damage. So I discharged my relic weapons, basically Strange Cube, Clone, then Space Time, then Missile Barrage, and then finally Comet and Magnet Storm to keep as much initial damage on Frigg as possible, because she is kinda mobile and kinda can animation lock you when she attacks you. So with that in mind, I focus as much damage as I can, and I'm kinda lucky with here, her triggering right here as shield, because this gives me even more time to kinda free DPS compared to my previous attempts, which were quite annoying because I was doing like 20 to 30 seconds sometimes because I was getting hit by HN tank because I failed clicking at perfect dodge to stop time and deal some damage. I usually was getting stuck by this attack that she does right here, and that kinda loses me damage, but if you ditch initial attack of that attack pattern, you can do damage to her. Especially if you're using Samir, it's fight can be much easier, or actually other weapon. But if you are mid-air and you kinda move around, you can actually dodge her almost all attack patterns, which is very helpful. Here I'm just trying to dish as much damage as I can because I had no stamina and I wanted to do some extra damage, so I opted out for using dodge attack from the Nemesis gun, which turned out to be quite nice damage boost. And yeah, this attack pattern is very annoying because it's very hard to predict and trigger a time stop, but since I got lucky enough that she actually proc a shield, that means I got 3 damage and I got still 50 seconds left, which means I'm very good position because my melee tornado is soon up, and I still have lots of stamina, so I can deal a lot of damage, as you can see. And now I have I'm waiting for her to do this attack, so I can discharge my tornadoes and keep her here in one place, and I'm gonna use slow to keep her there in longer, so I can deal more damage. As you can see, turn the ultimates down, and boom, GG, done. So hardest wave here was actually lizards, but I beat them. And now let's move on to my gear. My gear received some large upgrades, as you can see. I have a lot more stars compared to my previous video. Like, I finished my boots, which kinda got me bad roll, but I'm almost got my entire gear on mostly 5 stars or 3, which is kinda good. Sadly, I just still have the shoulders or chest. Weapons are still the same. However, the difference that I made kill lizards was actually pneumatics that I managed to get. Sadly, it wasn't Samir, but on my Nemesis gun, I got actually a 0 right here, which boosted my attack by flat 40 compared to my Bloom Matrix, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions about progression or need help, just free see that's comments in below. Like and subscribe, and have a